Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Happy Friday
Thank God it's Friday.
in August. It is August already. It
I
is,
know. It's crazy. It's gone by too fast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Labor
For
Day's around the
me, I love
corner.
it.
Kids
Pretty
will be back in school. So
Oh,
today
I'm
we're
sure
just,
you're
people
happy
actually
for
started
that.
school around the country today.
yeah, in the South, a lot of kids started school this week.
A
So
lot of
I know I
parents
had some,
are celebrating.
yeah.
Uh,
So up here, we're not back in school yet. Usually most of our schools in our area are after the holiday weekend. So we still got some time. So we were just doing a quick check-in on like what's going on with this market because I've been getting that a lot. A lot of people saying like, how's work and how are things going? What's the
yeah.
market look like? Why do you feel like it's kind of slow? And Lisa, one of our teammates, we were and talking about how slow it feels
Yeah.
compared to how it felt in June at
Yep.
this time, or even in May at this time, or middle of June, all through June.
Yeah.
And I think our broker owners always said 4th of July is like a peak, like, and then everything kind of drops off after that. He's more doom and gloom than I am, where I feel like what's happening now, and there's some sellers sitting. I still think we have those sellers in that crazy price mindset
Yeah.
that just aren't getting it. Like I saw something on the hot sheet today that just had a $200,000 price reduction because they were that
Wow.
far in the clouds. So it's, still some sellers thinking that it's way up here when it's not. So we're still seeing that. But also, I think a lot of the buyers have kind of stepped back. So those buyers that were looking to move preschool starting,
Yeah.
they've already done that. So the sellers wanting to move before school starts, they've already listed and sold. So
Yeah.
that market is usually always over prior to the 4th of July. And that is a big rush of people to market to try to get done in the summer. So they're done. So those people are gone. So everything kind of appears slow when it's so crazy and then it kind of drops off. So I think that's one thing we see,
And
year
that's
after year happening.
typical.
There's
Yeah.
there's still buyers out there. There's still tons of people looking. So if you're thinking about listing, it's not that it's a bad time to list. I think now that we're into August, we tend to see things start ramping up a little bit. And then we kind of peak again in September and get busier once people are in routines.
I
And I
agree.
think, I did a video, I haven't posted it yet, yesterday, kind of about the same thing. Like, I think people are, when 4th of July comes, we're all like, look, even we're like, oh my God, it's August 1st. But people are
Right.
like, holy shit, it's 4th of July. We didn't go camping yet. We didn't take the kids to Six Flags. We haven't done a beach day. We
Right.
haven't done this. We haven't done that. We wanted to hike. We wanted to kayak. Oh my God, summer's almost over. And they
So
like
true.
try to cram everything into July.
Oh,
And then also during that time, school lists come out. So then they're like, oh, I should get the school supplies and I need to do this. And if your kids are in sports,
oh my gosh.
like mine at school, you're rushing around to get physicals and get all those forms done. And it's just kind of crazy. And then August comes and you're like, okay, now, now I can I
Yeah.
can see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's schools on the horizon and people that are thinking about, maybe selling are getting more serious. The phones are ringing for the market analysis to, come to market in the fall. So I think, if you're a buyer and you're like, ugh, there's like nothing, I think we will start seeing more things come on now that
Mhm.
things settle. And then usually we see it really get more normal at like 2 weeks after kids go back to school.
Yeah.
Like you're in that like routine because you're getting up earlier, you're making lunches, maybe you're driving them to and from. So it's a whole new routine for families. So once they kind of get back in the routine, then the house hunting or preparing to list kind of takes over and they go from there. So don't panic if you're
Yeah.
out there looking and they're like, why is nothing happening? Or if you're a seller and you're like, why am I barely getting any showings? Or I was expecting a bunch of offers. It's just, people are doing all those last minute summer things and if you wanted that rush, we talked about this in the spring, you
Yeah.
needed to be on the market in early June. So you kind of missed the boat, but there's still buyers out there. So don't panic.
Yes. And it gives us a chance to take a deep breath and kind of recalibrate, because April through July has been nuts, which is a great
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah.
we're seeing that winters are busy as well. Like the last 3 to 4 years, the winters have been so busy. So
Yeah. And I
which
think
is
part of
great.
it, I think we haven't had the crazy winters that we've had in
Yeah.
years past. So we might get one snowstorm instead of like just
Yeah.
tons of, it's not as bad weather wise. And I think that's what's kind of
Mhm.
maintained that strong market even into the winter months here. So
The
that's
good
my
news
take.
is people are
Yeah.
always going to buy in higher, even in higher interest rate environments. People are still buying. We saw a slight improvement in rates this week. Nothing to write home about, but any reduction is a good thing. First time homebuyer products, the rates are the lowest. So if you're a first time homebuyer, somebody that hasn't owned in 3 years, those rates are great. And I will say that some of those products, you do not have to be a first time home buyer. There's income restrictions for the household. So don't think that you're not going to qualify for one of those products, because the interest rates are solid and the mortgage insurance is reduced on those programs.
Yeah. And later this month, we're going to kind of take a look at what we think is going to happen with the rates and kind of where we see things going, what we anticipate for the fall. We're going to try to bring in a home inspector. I know we've talked about how important having a home inspection is, but hearing from him. So if you ever have any questions about home inspections, that's a great one to, send us your questions in advance. We'll make sure they get answered. I asked my 16-year-old, what would you want to know? And he's like, when do I have to replace things? And what do they cost? So like, how long does a furnace last? I was like, okay, well, those are good questions. So it's like, we can ask him that. So
I like it. Smart.
anything else? I think that's
it's
it.
a good wrap. I think keeping
That's
these
kind of
videos
our
a little
recap.
shorter some days is good too. And
Yeah.
just, having the idea, but
Well, I hope everybody has a great weekend.
yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.